A very long time ago, a land full of big forests and golden rivers, there lived two powerful groups of people. One group was called the Denkyira and the other was called the Asante. Denkyira was a strong and proud kingdom. Their king, Intim Jakari, lived in a big palace in a town called Abankeseso. Every year, the people of Asante had to send gold, slaves, and other precious things to the Denkyira king. This made the Asante people very sad and angry. Each town in Asante had its own chief and warriors. They were strong, but they did not work together. One day, a wise and a brave prince named Osetutu decided that things had to change. He had a big dream to bring all the towns together and stop the Denkyira from ruling over them. Osetutu had a very special friend. His name was Okomfo Anokye. He was a powerful priest who could do amazing things. Some people said he could call down rain from the sky or make trees bow. He was very wise and spoke to the spirit of the ancestors. When Osetutu came back from learning in a faraway land called Akwamu, he called all the chiefs in Asante to a big meeting under a special tree. This tree was called the Nyamidua. The sky turned dark and the winds blew strong as they gathered. My brothers, Osetutu said, we have been giving our gold and our pride to Denkyira for too long. We must come together and become one strong family. If we work as one, we will not fear the Denkyira again. Some chiefs were afraid, others were unsure. Then Boache, the chief of Bekwai, stood up. We are brave, he said, but we are small. When we stand alone, how can we fight a big lion with just our bare hands? That is when Okomfo Anokye stepped forward. He wore a white cloth and carried a wooden staff full of special marks. His eyes were bright like fire. The Spirit have spoken. He said, we will not win with only sword and arrows. We must give something very special. The land needs a gift of love and sacrifice. The chiefs understood what he meant. 13 of them came forward. They were from Jaben, Mampong, Kokofu, Adanse, Kumawu, and more. These brave men said goodbye to their families. They will not fight in the war. Instead, they will give their lives in a different way. They would become spirit to protect the Asante forever. People cried. Women sang songs of sorrow and hope. Warriors beat their drums slowly, like a heartbeat saying goodbye. Children were told to stay quiet as the 13 brave chiefs came forward, each wearing their finest clothes with red bands tied around their arms. These chiefs were not just leaders, they were heroes ready to give their lives to protect their people. Their names were spoken with pride and tears. Nana Adu Bofo of Jaben, Nana Kwaku Dua of Mampong, Nana Entry Penny of Kokofu, Nana Kwametewia of Adanse, Nana Owusubo of Kumawu, Nana Kofi Nkansa of Nsuta, Nana Osekwadwo of Bekwai, Nana Ajemai of Ejoso, Nana Buama of Akokwere, Nana Tutu Yaboa of Asokore, Nana Kwabena Ankoma of Achem, Nana Uzu Ansa of Fomena, and Nana Yao Nkroma of Jaben. Each one left behind family and children and friends. They gave up the joy of old age, the taste of home food, and the laughter of their grandchildren. Some cut a piece of their own hair. Others took off their sandals to walk barefoot into the forest. a sign of humility before the spirit. The chiefs entered the sacred forest in silence, led by Okomfo Anokye, who carried a pot of white clay and spoke powerful words. As they walked deeper, the wind whispered through the trees as if the spirits themselves were welcoming them. No one ever saw them again, but the sky turned red that night, and a strange quiet filled the land. Everyone knew they had become powerful spirits, guardians of Asante, watching forever from the land of the ancestors. Something special happened to these 13 chiefs, and we are going to share the secret in the chapter 2. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will know the secret that happened to them in the chapter 2. Let's continue the story. Soon after the Denkyira king heard about the Asante's plan, he laughed loudly. "Let them shout," he said. "When I come, they will run and hide." He called his soldiers. They came with shiny swords and big drums. Some rode on horses, and others marched with magic charms. The Denkyira army was very big and scary, but Osetutu was ready. He had trained the Asante warriors to move like one body. But something very strange and sad happened the night before the war. Okomfo Anokye, the great priest, knew the battle was near. He wanted to weaken the king, Denkyira, Denkyira, without using a sword. So with his powerful magic, he changed himself into a very beautiful young woman. She looked like a simple fish seller from Denkyira. Her eyes sparkled like stars, and her smile could melt even the hardest heart. She walked through the marketplace of Abankeseso, carrying a basket of fresh fish. Her voice was soft like music. When she called, "Fresh fish, fresh fish," many people turned to look. Even the palace guards whispered about her beauty. One of Denkyira's royal servants saw her and was amazed. He told the king, "There is a new girl in town. She is more beautiful than any woman in the land." Denkyira became curious. He sent for the girl. When she came to the palace, her beauty stunned him. He fell in love at once. He forgot about the war. He forgot about the danger. That night, he spent time with her, but he did not know it was Okomfo Anokye in disguise. After their time together, the beautiful girl disappeared like smoke. She was never seen again. Denkyira called his guards to look for her, but no one could find even a footprint. He became very sad and confused. His heart was weak. His mind was cloudy. The power and pride he once had were gone. Because of this act, the spirit took away some of Anokye's strength too. He had broken a rule by using magic in such a secret way, but his plan worked. Denkyira went into the battle not as a mighty king, but as a man with a broken heart. Then came the big fight, the Battle of Feyase. The group shook with drums and feet. Okomfo Anokye climbed a hill and drove a sword into the ground. "No enemy shall pass while this sword stands," he said. The battle started. The Denkyira soldiers came with loud noise, but the Asante warriors were smart. They made traps. They attacked from behind trees. They moved like wind and rain. The Denkyira got confused. Their arrows missed. Their fires went out. Osetutu was like a golden lion. He wore shining armor. His sword moved fast. He stood strong even when surrounded. His warriors moved with him with pride. Then something strange happened. Rain began to fall. It washed away dangerous fire. Thunder rolled. The earth seemed to fight for the Asante. The Denkyira king tried to run away, but one of his own men, who had secretly joined Asante, led him into a trap. Ntim Jakwari was caught and brought in chains. The man who once ruled many now stood before the people in shame. The war was over. Asante had won. Back in Kumasi, the people danced and cried with joy. Osei Tutu became the king, the first Asante hen. And something wonderful happened. From the sky came a golden stool covered with white cloth and feathers. It did not touch the ground. This stool was a gift from the spirit. It showed that Osei Tutu was chosen by the ancestors. The 13 clans came together. They shared power and worked as one family. Okomfo Anokye built shrines and made new laws. He planted a sword in the ground that no one has ever been able to pull out. It still stands today. Years passed. The Asante Kingdom became big and strong. They built palaces, taught their children, and played drums that spoke in rhythms. People far and wide knew the Asante name. Today, when you visit Kumasi and hear the drums talking in evening, listen carefully. The spirit of the 13 chiefs are still there. They watch, they protect, they remind us that when we come together and make sacrifices, we can do great things. And that is how the Asante became one strong people. Not because they were many, but because they were united, not just with swords, but with heart full of courage and love for their land. If you enjoyed this incredible African folktale, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an epic story from our rich African heritage. Share this video with your friends and family to spread the magic of our traditions and history. Let's keep these stories alive. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for